Hello everybody, Gideon here. Today I wanted to tackle a particular little technical problem that almost always comes up when I'm teaching Power BI, particularly to people who don't have a database background. And that is the issue of what happens when you have a relationship between two tables, a say one-to-many relationship, and you set the cross filter direction to both. What does that mean? What does that do? So just switch over to my very simple model here. I've got a little employees table with a record of my 3 employees who are making sales for me, and that's linked to an orders table. So when one of the employees makes a sale, their employee ID is recorded in the orders table. Really simple little data set from the Microsoft Eastwind dataset. I've just taken just a few records out of it. Nancy DeVolio, Andrew Fuller and Janet Leveling as the employees. Nancy DeVolio has made 1 sale, Andrew Fuller's made 2, Janet Leveling has made 3. So when we set up our relationship, if we look at the properties of the relationship, there is a cross filter direction property that can be set to either single or both, and courses tend to advise us to set it to single. So when it is set to single, then what that does is very simple to explain. If I apply a filter to the one side of the relationship, the employees table, so for example I select Andrew Fuller, the filtering propagates through the relationship in the direction of the filter arrow, okay, from employees to orders in the direction of the arrow, and hides all of the orders except for Andrew Fuller's orders. If I select Janet Leveling on the left, then again the filtering propagates through the relationship in the direction of the arrow, and now I see Janet Leveling's 3 orders. But if I try applying a filter the other way, if I restrict the orders we can see by using this slicer to select certain orders, there's no effect on the employees table. If I click on this order, that is one of Nancy DeVolio's orders, but because I've set the cross filter direction to single, the restriction of the orders by the filtering does not make any change to the employees I can see on the left. If I select one of Andrew Fuller's records, I can still see all 3 employees. If I select one of Janet Leveling's records, again I can see all 3 employees. So that's pretty straightforward and easy to understand. What's not so easy to understand is what happens when we change the cross filter direction property to both. So if I do that, I think we would expect to get the same behavior as before when we apply a filter to employees. Let's just check. So if I hide everybody except Andrew Fuller on the left, again I can see only Andrew Fuller's records on the right. If I select Nancy DeVolio, I'll just see Nancy DeVolio's order on the right. Fine, so that works just the same as before. What's different is what happens when I apply a filter to the many side of the relationship, the orders table. So now if I select these 2 records, those are Andrew Fuller's, as you might expect, we just see Andrew Fuller on the left. So now the filtering is allowing the filtering to propagate from right to left in the direction of the new arrow that we've got, and it goes both ways now. So the filtering propagates from right to left, and when we hide some orders we see the corresponding employees, as long as we select both or all of their orders. And again, if I select all of Nancy DeVolio, Janet Leveling's records, I see Janet Leveling. What's more of a surprise, I think, is that we actually only need 1 representative order to see the corresponding employee. If I have 1 from Janet Leveling, 1 from Andrew Fuller and 1 from Nancy DeVolio, that's all I need to be able to see the entire employees table. So slightly technical point, but I always get people scratching their heads and wanting to understand how it works properly when I wave my hands and say it gives unexpected results. So I hope that's helped, and I hope to see you on the next one.